What's going on, guys? kvegaskickz back with another review. We're taking a look today at the kvegaskickz Orange County. Before we get into them, I want to remind you that this video and all the other content on my channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I just give you my opinion of the shoes I review for you. If you're new, go ahead and like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. But then be sure, guys, follow me on Instagram. It's JD Gatewood. I'm going to have it up here. Follow me there for more detailed info on the shoes that I review, things you're going to want to know. And then also you can hit me up at TikTok at kvegaskickz. I really appreciate all the support. So let's jump right into these kvegaskickz's. So this one's obviously one of the more rare pairs of kvegaskickz's, one that I've been wanting for a while. Super excited to get these in hand today and review them for you. They're looking great. So the bottom, you got that kvegaskickz outsole in the semi-translucent kind of greenish color. You do have the Shizuku in orange, real carbon fiber that looks great. These felt good on foot as far as traction. Did squeak out of the box for those of you that want to know that. But you know, the kvegaskickz is always pretty good for traction anyway. That midsole should be Cushlon, as far as I know. You got the Nike Zoom branding back here, then kind of like a semi-gloss on the rest of the midsole. You do have the indentations there, the braille, and then Phenomenon, of course, up at your toe box. Going around to your medial side, this pair looks pretty clean. There are some glue spots here and there, which is something that I'm kind of seeing more frequently on Kobe's. It's normally not too bad, but every once in a while I'll get a pair that has, you know, some spots here and there, nothing terrible, but this one does have a few. Now, as far as the fit and comfort of the shoe, this one fit me a little bit snug. These are men's size 13, and honestly, I'd love to have a 13.5. They may break in, I don't know, but they are slight. It's a, how do I want to phrase this? I almost want to say comfortably snug. If you like that, I have some issues with my toes, and so I don't like things to be super snug. I would almost recommend going up half size on these guys if you can, unless you like a super snug fit. I mean, they're not too small, don't get me wrong, but just not typically like what a kvegaskickz fits me like. I did notice them being slightly smaller. Now, as far as the cushion, that's another thing I was a little confused about, and I will, if I get concrete information, have it in the description of the video or in a comment or something. Typically, when it has the gray stroble on a kvegaskickz, if you know what I'm talking about, it's the Protro setup, meaning that you would have no zoom in the heel and a zoom turbo unit in the forefoot. If it has the white stroble on some of the releases that we've gotten, it's going to be the OG cushioning setup, where you have a zoom unit in the heel and then a Met bag right here at the ball of your foot, a small like egg-shaped bag. Okay, so this one has the white stroble, so that would have made me think OG cushioning setup. However, I don't see any outlines of a zoom unit in the heel. I don't feel one at all in the heel. So I'm leaning more towards this having the Protro setup. Again, I'm trying to confirm that, not getting responses as quickly as I would like as far as that goes, but that's what I'm gonna go with for now, that I think this has the Protro setup, meaning no zoom in the heel and a zoom turbo unit in the forefoot. And once I find out for sure, I'll have it in the comments or in the description. I will say they felt good on foot, felt kind of bouncy. If it does have a zoom turbo unit that's top loaded, it's not quite, it doesn't protrude as much as some of the other ones, if you know what I mean. So they did feel good on foot. They do feel slightly snug, so take that, you know, into consideration. You might want to go up a half size, just depending on how you like your shoes to feel, especially for basketball. These probably will break in some. Don't know, you know, how much as far as, you know, to each person's individual comfort. So sorry to belabor that point, spend a little bit more time on that video, on this portion of the video more than I normally do, but just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. So the upper of the shoe, of course, you had that micro mesh with the polyurethane scales on top. You can see obviously it has that sunset kind of gradient fade. It looks really good, and the upper feels good. You do have those correct thinner Kobe laces. The torch tongue system felt great, and then up at the top of the tongue, very nice shape, has the very soft memory foam in here, and then of course you got your Shizuku in that kind of light gray, pressed in very cleanly to the tongue so it doesn't protrude. That looks great, and it's a pretty good shape as far as the kvegaskickz. You want to see a little spiral here to the tongue, and that's, you know, not the laces or anything holding that in place. That's just the shape they got of the tongue. Pretty sleek here as well. Of course, you can see the orange on the sock liner, and then it does have that correct mold to your foot insole with the LA branding. I removed it from the other shoe, so we'll take a look at that. Your swoosh is in the same color gray as your Shizuku up here. Doesn't really have much of an overspray effect on it, more of a clean line, but still looks good. And in the back here you have black like synthetic leather looks good and feels good. The padding around your ankle, these hugged my Achilles pretty well, and I felt good in them. No complaints from that perspective. Back of the shoe, I think everything shape-wise looks good. You do have that heel counter, again, that kind of greenish color with the orange Kobe signature. Looks great. And medial side looking good as well. Again, beautiful pair of Kobe's, super rare. Just glad to have my hands on a pair. Cannot wait to get these on the court. Left shoe looks pretty good as well. See how they line up with each other from the rear. Your heel counter, the padding, all that looks good. Let's take a look at your heel counter again. Again, you got that signature in orange. Midsole, got that gloss finish, and then matted out right here on the Nike Zoom. All that looks good. Outsole, get you another shot of the tongue. Looks nice. And let me get my light on here, guys. We're going to take a look at that troublesome Strobel, because this did confuse me. Reached out to some guys that are much more knowledgeable when it comes to Kobe's than I am, to try to confirm what kind of cushioning setup this particular one had. Shout out to Temp. So I think, and this is what makes me think this, normally with a white Strobel you can see the outline of the zoom unit in the heel, and there's nothing there at all. It doesn't feel like there's a zoom unit. And then when I hit the light on, you can kind of see up here the beginning line of that, what would be the Zoom Turbo unit, up in that area, right where my finger is, right across there. So that's what I'm going to go with, guys. Again, if I get any other information, I will certainly let you know, because I try to give you the most accurate information that I can, but I can only go with what I have. Inside the shoe, just white tissue paper, and then of course you got the LA branding on the insole, and it is the correct mold of your foot for the correct size. Again, these are men's size 13. So these are looking amazing. Let's set them to the side and take a look at our box. You do get the Phenomenon style box, which is another thing that confused me, because a lot of times with this Phenomenon box, you got the OG cushion setup, not the Protro. So it's kind of all over the place. But anyway, it is the OG box with the Phenomenon. Okay, and then around here is Nike Zoom Kobe 6 All-Star, orange, peel, Canon, and black, men's 13. Inside, just your regular kind of tissue paper. Nothing else inside the box. Box was pretty well protected. It is an oversized box. They did a good job getting that packed up and shipped to me without getting damaged. But honestly, even if it did, I wouldn't care as much, because these shoes are just, man, they're crazy. Again, just one that I've always wanted to have in my collection. I still have some of my OG Kobe 6s, but this is one that I've never had. So super pumped to get them and review them for you. So anyway, guys, that is the unboxing review of this Kobe 6 Orange County. I hope that you enjoyed the review and that it was helpful for you. Let me know what you think about this pair in the comments. Be sure to follow me on my other socials and be on the lookout, guys. We got more of these reviews coming your way.